Hi, this is John from Lincolnshire again. It's the 21st of February, quite late on in the day, so we're going to be losing light soon. What I've just done now is just come out to an old farm orchard, just take a bit of video just to see what is about here, and see as we go forward if we can find any old or perhaps rare varieties. I have been here before, and the only tree that we've actually dated is this particular one, which is Warner King. So a fair example. Standing here, you can see that we've got a small tree here. Not quite sure if that's just a seedling. Into the Warner King, and another 1, 2, 3 smaller trees. What we'll do, we'll take a walk over into the back, because what we'll find is this is the site of an old tannery. There's an example of a tree here. This tree of unknown vintage. The majority of the site is totally overgrown like this. I'm not quite sure how much we're going to pick up with the low light levels, but there's one tree there, another large tree here, going up and up and up. I'm hopefully going to do some measurements fairly soon and see if we can figure out how big they are. The majority of them branch quite low, as if they were originally perhaps pruned as like an open goblet shape, but have just been left for a long time. So we see there's 1, 2, a third one in here. There's number 3. I think I've measured the girth of the trunk as somewhere of this particular one is somewhere in the region of 1.3 meters. I don't know if you can't really tell the actual size of it. There's another apple tree, number 4, which we can go around and have a look at. Here we go, number 4, growing off. There's a lot of disease and bits and pieces on these trees, but a lot of that is probably through neglect, and as you can see, all this other stuff has grown up. Here's another good example of one of the older ones. This whole site was used as a tannery, but it fell out into disrepair sometime around the end of the 19th century, and there was dwellings on here up to about 20 years ago. So all these old buildings we see here are probably the old tannery buildings. That's another tree that's totally rotten, same as this one here, another one here. So we walk around. The largest tree on site is this particular one here. Try and stand back and get some sort of scale of it. What we can see as we sort of walk into it, you know, all the branches come off quite low and then branch off, but as you can see, so there's my hand. I think I've measured the circumference of the base of this tree at somewhere around 1.80 m. So age unknown, but pretty old, pretty rotten. Quite a lot of fruit still on the ground. Considering this is February, obviously it's all rotted off, but it was quite a prolific tree, producing a large cooking apple, possibly a Bramley. I'm not quite so sure. I know Bramleys are vigorous, so that might account for the size of the thing. Anyway, so it's just a brief overview of what we've got here. I'll take a few pictures and get some sizes. Perhaps if we can a bit more of an investigation when we get some fruit in the summer, if this lot's still here. From memory, I think this one's an eater. What's left of this one is an eater, but quite a smallish one. This one's an eater, and the rest of them are cookers. I'm sure I've got an example of this one and the large cooker which I grafted last year, but we'll have to see how they grow on. Anyway, there you go, a brief overview of what we've actually got here. Totally overgrown. In the summer the nettles are up to your waist, if not higher, and you can't actually get into a lot of this. Anyway, thank you very much, catch you later.